Welcome to Comic Toy Reviews, and looking at the San Diego Comic-Con 2013 of what Hasbro plans for the future of the Marvel lines. The big news is that Marvel Legends and Marvel Universe, at least those names, are gone. It's canceled. They're going to change it into making both lines and figures for them fit, let's say, movies like the Avengers or Iron Man or Spider-Man, and they'll use that imprint to make the 6-inch figures and the Marvel Universe type figures. But I've noticed an alarming trend the past year or two by Hasbro, and I guess the only term that I can describe it, and the word I use, is a downgrade by Hasbro from what we had previously from the same company and compared to Toy Biz. You look at the crap articulation that the Iron Man 3, the Wolverine figures have had at the 3 3/4 scale. And even, I think this started with the Avengers movie action figures in the 3 3/4 scale. When I made reviews on them, I noticed a lack of articulation. The sculpt wasn't so bad, but the articulation was really lacking. And then lines after the Avengers got worse. When you look at the Wolverine articulation on that 3 3/4 scale figure, I can't even buy one to review because I'm not going to spend $10 on a figure that looks that bad. Not only has the articulation become almost basic, like 1980s version of articulation, the sculpt quality in terms of the sculpting detail of the figure is less than we've had before. And Hasbro has been downgrading their action figures. Even from the same company that they made years ago. You look at the intricate details of some of their best work, which was like by year 3 of the Marvel Universe. You look at, let's say, the Mark 1 Iron Man armor from the movie, how detailed that sculpt is, and that's a 3 3/4 figure, and it's articulated. And you compare that to something like the Wolverine action figures in the same scale. And you look at the Captain America line that had some nice detail in it. You look at the Crossbones action figure, for example. You look at some of the various Captain America figures they made. And then you compare that to the Wolverine line or the Iron Man 3 Assemblers line. Are you kidding me? It's almost unrecognizable being made by the same company. Hasbro is cutting corners big time. It shows, okay? And then you look at some photos here. You look at, I'll try to post up some images, like the Hulk, the big figure they're going to make of the Green Hulk. You compare that to the Toy Biz Icons Hulk. This is what I mean by downgrade. You compare, let's say, a face-off Captain America versus a new Captain America that is much less detailed and the plastic looks cheap. This is what I mean by downgrade. I'm not talking about figures that are not as good as previous ones, but at least they still look good enough. I'm talking about, when I mean downgrade, action figures that are so lacking in articulation. They look like they're from the 1980s, and the sculpt quality looks like it's either from the 1980s or the very early 1990s. That's what I mean by a downgraded action figure. That, it doesn't even look decent by today's standards. It looks like something from 20 years ago. So when I'm posting images here, this is a downgraded action figure line. And I just personally wonder, after a while, are they going to slowly make more 6-inch action figures and Marvel Universe action figures, whatever name they're going to use, okay? Are they going to make them look like the Wolverine action figures? Are they going to reduce the articulation even more until it's all crap? Because the Marvel Legends, they like to reuse body molds, and that's why they could produce figures. But when they start relying on their own company work to make brand new sculpts of action figures, are they going to be articulated still, or or are they going to just downgrade it? They're going to reuse the Marvel Universe body parts for a lot of action figures, but when they make future action figures and new ones, will they downgrade it into Iron Man 3 assembly type quality? Or Wolverine quality? For collectors, I think the only two lines that Hasbro is making that we want are the Marvel Legend and the Marvel Universe. These future movie lines have been disappointing that we've had in the past, recently, and probably in the future. And some of these spin-off animated lines are not really what collectors want to collect. So we only have two lines to look forward to. And I just think Hasbro will eventually downgrade it. Why not? Because they had the choice to make Iron Man 3 action figures good, and they chose not to. They had a real choice to make Wolverine action figures really good, and they cut corners and chose not to. So why wouldn't they cut corners in future Marvel Legends and future Marvel Universe figures? Why not? And I just want to know what you think of Hasbro's future in regards to Marvel Legends and Marvel Universe, and whatever you're going to call it. What do you think of the quality? What do you think of this topic about downgraded action figures? Is this what you see happening, or do you think the quality is going to stay the same or get better? My view is there will be some exceptions, of course, that might be fantastic and really good action figures, but the overall structure long term is that the quality is going to go downhill, that it's definitely going to be downgraded, and as collectors you will probably long for the days of Toy Biz and even long for the days of earlier Hasbro compared to what is going to happen in the future. So that's what I got to say. Comment, subscribe, and thanks for watching.